Ooh, hello there, my fellow miners and crafters. Good times with Skyr here, and welcome back to the wonderful worlds of Hermits and Crafting. And we're flying through Concorp here, getting ready to finish the walls and the gates with some really fantastic designs today. I am so excited about this because we're going to attempt to make a life-size Concorp banner. That is right. You know the banner from Season 5, Season 6 with the Vex eyes? Hopefully we'll be able to hang that from our beautiful archway that will represent the entrance into Concorp here. And of course, we are going to be terraforming up the mountains and the land down below here. So we got some really fun ideas for all the shaping that we're going to do with everything around here. And yeah, I'm really excited about that. Now, one of the things I asked in the end of that video was, what should we do about the kind of the wall sections that are the support columns here? Should we do this kind of crumbled rock on the sides, or should we do it as we have on the end here? It's more of a clean design, and overwhelmingly 76% of the vote said to keep it clean. So that's what we're going to do. Now, I was kind of considering just a kind of, this might be a little idea, is to have maybe like one or two little jagged blocks going up, but we'll see. You guys did overwhelmingly say the clean design. And by the way, I loved the dinosaurs that you guys sent me for the Concorp dinosaur pet. We're totally going to do one of those. Absolutely love it. I'm going to go through them over the weekend. And if you still want to send me some dinosaur pictures, dude, you made my day. And I loved it very much. So, my friends, I hope that sounds exciting for you today. And if it does, let's hit that like button and let's get this episode underway. First stop of the day is at the Hermit Stock Exchange because, hold on one second, it looks like we're missing some bushes across here. All right, we'll have to do some maintenance on that. I always provide maintenance, by the way. Any landscaping jobs that I do, I provide maintenance. By the way, I've never been paid for this job. Anyway, moving on, we're heading on inside here. Oh, that's right. Cub told me we were back in the green. That is right. We're back up to 32 diamonds. So I finally made a profit once again. And hopefully we can tick that 64 diamond once we start, you know, giving all of our shareholders the perks and benefits of being a Concorp member. So that's really awesome. And it looks like HE Holding is down one light. And the rest of these look relatively the same. I do believe we are the most valuable company in here, right? We are. Concorp is back on top. Hashtag Concorp is on top. I love it. That is fantastic. So we do need to consider buying some of these, and we might do that a little bit later, but we have other things to attend to today. And that order of business is restocking Undercut. And we've got our shulker boxes here, and Operation Double Chest was a rounding success here, and it is looking super fancy. Now, some might be wondering why we are so insistent on bankrupting Big Vlogs Incorporated. It is because we are getting many complaints. The whole purpose of Undercut was to help those unfortunate hermits out there that couldn't pay those steep and inflated prices over at Big Vlogs Incorporated, and those poor, unfortunate hermits are still complaining of being able to not afford those logs at Big Vlogs Incorporated because we are always out of stock. And that's Concorp's mission, to help the unfortunate hermit out there who can't afford those high inflated prices in the shopping district. That's very true. All right, my friends. So what we're going to do is we're going to stock each chest fully, right? We're not going to do a full double chest. Now, the reason being is I want to give him a two-puncher, right? He comes in there, uses up all of his diamonds for buying this level out, and then we come right back with another stock fully loaded and ready to go. Haha, it'll be quite sneaky. So let's get this place stocked up. All stocked up and ready to roll here at the USS Undercut. We have all the boxes filled up and ready to go over here. And I think this strategy is a little bit better than the full double chest. And plus it would have looked ugly because we would have had to have like the chest sticking out of the side of the boat. Because these are like right up against the side walls. Anyway, I think this will be fantastic. And hopefully this helps those poor, unfortunate hermits that just need some cheap logs for their beautiful, wonderful builds here on the server. And these logs right here, my friends, are non-GMO. They are not artificially colored. So they are very clean and nice for all of your logging needs. And with all the business out of the way today, we can get to building now. And one of the really great comments I received in my last episode was to add a little color to the build. So not only will we be, of course, building the giant banner in the front, but I didn't really think of this, that was suggested in the comments, was to put little flags on each one of the arched roofs. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do a white flag, a blue flag, and a white flag. And then over here, this roof line may change in the near future here in this episode. So this one will be another blue flag. So it'll just kind of be white, blue, white, blue. But this one might be even a little bit bigger than all of those. And then that'll make way for the giant banner and things along those lines. So let's go fly over to the Zuma shop, get some wool, and see what we can do about adding a little more color to this build. What in the world? Oh wait, I always get tricked by the bamboozle door. Here's the entrance. Jeez Louise. And there we are. I think that'll be enough wool for today. We will need a lot for the central banner, so I think that is good. And once again, reinvesting and keeping the market strong here on Hermitcraft Season 6. Now that we have everything in hand for our flags, let's get started with this. So first one over here, I think I had mentioned we'll start with white and then blue, then white, and then the bigger blue flag. I think that's how it was. So what I thought was that potentially we could knock down this here, and I forgot my slabs. It's okay. So what we'll do for now until we get that is I want to do one of those spirally detail blocks made of the two house slabs. There we go. So if I say we run this, let me grab out just a little bit of dirt here and make ourselves a bit of scaffolding. There we are. And we'll run that up to here, and then we'll scaffold up just a little further and then add this on the top. And I do really like the new bars in this current version of the texture pack. They're a little bit lighter and they really go well with some builds. So I think that's good for a spire. And no, that's not a radio tower nor a lightning rod. But that's where we're going to attach the flag. So we need to pick a wind direction and then start adding the flag. Welcome to Concorp Circus, coming to a Hermitcraft season near you. It looks a little circusy, but I like that. The reason being, whoa, we've got an intruder in Concorp. This is why we need security, my friends. This is why we're here. But anyway, guys, I like the little whimsy flair that the flags represent here, because convex are very, businessy and things, but they also have a very whimsical spirit to them that makes them so charming. Isn't that right? So I like this. I think it fits really well. We might replace the little spike piece up there with the iron to, like an end rod, maybe provide a little extra light to it, which I think would be really nice. I wish that I could zoom in on that, but unfortunately I can't seem to make Optifine work on multi-MC. If anybody could help me, that would be appreciated. So yeah, I think this is looking good. So we need to turn our focus now to the giant archway that opens you right into Concorp. So where I'm concerned is this pillar right here is a little bit small to kind of hold up the weight of a giant archway. So what I'm considering doing is expanding this by an additional 2 blocks on either end. So 2 blocks there, 2 blocks there, and kind of rebuild this to make it a little bit more hefty, if you will. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on a couple little designs and we'll see which one we like better. So give me some time. Let's see if we can figure this out. And there we are. I think that makes a huge impact and really helps frame up the entrance into Concorp. So that's a huge thing. I think that makes all my little concerns in the back of my head with the design slowly start to dissolve. So now having this design, we can then replicate it on the left side and then start finding ways of incorporating the arch that will connect the two sides together. And then we can start working on the interior portion of it, get the flag going and all those wonderful things. But yeah, I am really happy about this, and it really helps define it. So it's not just a repetitive signpost, not post, but structural posts going all the way down. I have considered potentially doing one of these at the ends too. So we would do like another section of fence and then another one, but I don't think that's going to work out. I think having this just in the center to really form your eye towards the center is going to be absolutely perfect. So let me detailify that and also build one on the left side. Welcome back, and we now have these beautiful towers set up on either end of the future archway and the banner, and soon we'll have the landscaping in, and of course a little bit of mountain action on the flanks of the fences, because it looks a little silly where it just ends in midair. I mean, if we were trying to keep something in and or out, They just walk around there. Think of our dinosaur. He could just walk right out the other side and terrorize the hermits. We can't have that. But anyway, I had logged back on after taking a short break, and I was greeted by a delightful message from Ren. Hey, Scar, and I replied, hey. And then it was followed up by thanks for the fresh logs. They have been cut to perfection. Well, of course they were cut for perfection. Of course, we do not skimp on any production costs, but he bought us all out. And that's okay, because the diamonds, they go to a good cause, don't they? They go to funding the walls here and making sure that we can build our dinosaurs and our country clubs. But on the other hand, it makes you think. It makes you think of those poor, unfortunate hermits out there that can't afford those exorbitant prices at Big Logs Incorporated. That's right. The mission statement from the beginning with our undercut shop was to bring down the high price of logs, and we have not succeeded because we continue to get complaints, specifically from one Grian, a man of little diamond out there just looking for some logs to help with his delightful and wonderful builds, and he's logless out there because he can't afford those high prices at Big Logs Incorporated. It's really, really sad, actually. I am so inspired right now, especially for future builds, kind of taking a little bit of this style and moving it into Concorp for different farms and things, and maybe just static builds, right? Just little things for ambiance and design. But as you guys can see, I've created the archway, and it's a little bit different than I originally thought I was going to take the shape, and I love it. Like, I don't know what it is. Something about this, I just feel like that works, that's perfect, and that's what we're going to do. But it definitely was not what I originally was thinking in my head. So we haven't installed the flags yet, but we'll get there eventually. So this is the design. I think it looks good. I kind of wish potentially the archway was a little bit higher in the air. That's the only thing. Let's shoot back here a little bit. If only that was just ever so slightly higher, but I don't really want to go in and remove the tops of the triangles and then elevate it a little bit further. I think that eventually would be too much. I think that would be too much. And sometimes I got to put a limit on myself, and I'm like, okay, we can't get that crazy. We can get a little crazy, and it's good to get a little crazy in life, but maybe not that crazy. But anyway, let's start working on this together here for a moment. So what we're going to do, so I can kind of show you how this will work here. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go over here. All right. And then that'll be 3 blocks. And then we're going to start bringing these together. Now this section is 4. And then we'll eventually go into a 3, a 3, and then a 2, 2, 2, and then the top portion like that. And I think that's a good shape. I'm quite happy with that. And I wanted to remind you guys that we are drawing very close to the cat contest deadline. So if you guys haven't got a chance to watch my video where I nominated Jelly, of course, give it a little watch. It's on my channel. You can view it there, of course. I'll probably have a link somewhere for you in this video if you would like to. If you're not, that's fine. But yeah, I think Jelly would be the perfect cat for Minecraft. I give out a variety of reasons. Jelly's been with the Minecraft community since the very beginnings, way back in early 2000 or late 2010, mind you, when we started playing together, Jelly and I. And she's just been in the community a long time, and she's brought a lot of people a lot of joy in the community. So that's why I think. But yeah, so I'm quite eagerly anticipating this, but we'll see how it all goes in the end. But I do want to thank you guys for all the support you have shown Jelly, of course, for the cat contest. And yeah, we're just eagerly awaiting the finals and see if maybe Jelly can at least make it to the top 3. Like that would be pretty cool if that was a possibility or not. But either way, if it happens, it doesn't happen. We love Jelly all the same, and we'll always enjoy her fun and antics. By the way, she's just destroyed that router, by the way. Those antennas are never going to be the same. Her favorite spot. We go to her heating pad, right? And she doesn't like it. She only likes to sleep on the router. There we are. I'm loving that. So one thing I'd like to potentially do is make it 3 blocks. See how we did the 2 blocks down at the bottom where it's a little bit extended? I would like to bring that all the way around. I think that'd look really nice because that'll open us up for additional detailing. If it's 2 blocks, then we don't have that central block in the center to do some neat shapes with. So let me do that, and I'll be right back. Either this was Stan the Creeper shoplifter, or this was a hermit that was mighty hungry and wanted a bite of my cherry. This is a display model cherry, not for human consumption. I think it's absolutely hilarious that the cherry got eaten. But anyway, welcome back. And as you can see, the arch is looking super fancy up there. Now, the crazy thing about this arch is it was nothing what I had visioned in my mind for this design. And I'm happy for it because it really kind of takes us down this different route. And I love it because we can be creative together as we're working. And I'm such a proponent of, you know, if you're going to make a video, it's good to kind of test out a few little things in creative. But once you start the video, you start with that basic premise and you go from there and you take it in all sorts of crazy different directions that you maybe never anticipated. And that's what I love about it. And that's what I've been especially doing with this season. And I think it has really been cool. So what do we do with this? We've got ideas, right? Banners and all these flags and whatnot, but how do we incorporate it into this new design? So this is what I was thinking when I was making the thumbnail for the golfing video with Cubs. So see this line right there? What if we take that and we intersect it down at this area, you know, parallel with that, right? And then in this portion up in the center, so that open space, we do CC for Concorp. That would be super cool. And then another opportunity to add like a fun, whimsical element to the build. So it's not just such a kind of a sterile, you know, gray build. So I think that would be really fun. Next thing. In this portion of the open space, we can, you know, do the bars and all that wonderful stuff there. And we do that, of course, here. And then have the banner hanging down from that acacia log that goes all the way across. That might be our ticket to success. So here's what I'm going to plan on doing. I'm going to, wait, I'm out of rockets. Oh no. Oh man, we really need to get our gunpowder shop going. I mean, we've been planning doing that since the very beginning of the season, and we still haven't got it done. So many fun projects along the way, but we keep forgetting some of those critical ones. So this thing right here, I'm going to see about the spacing and the sizing and all those things. And if that is successful, then we're going to do all the things that I just said, especially that CC. That's going to be amazing. Cub has joined us up here as we're bringing the acacia logs across. Watch, when I place this, he's going to move up. All right, here we go. Move up. This is hilarious. Every time I place down a block, Cub has moved forward one block. He's kind of like Bob the Building Creeper Inspector. He's making sure everything's up to, oh no, he's too tall to ride the roller coaster. Oh, he's going to try to get into Ant Cub mode. He's going to try. Look, here he goes. He's going to run in. No, he can't do it. You know he's upset too. You know he's like, dang it. Oh man, that's pretty funny. Nice try. Oh, that's fantastic. Look, he keeps bashing his head. See, I told you guys, you always got to wear your helmets in Minecraft. You got to avoid hitting your head like that. There we go. All the way across. So a few more little touches and then we'll jump back and we'll start working on the CC. You wouldn't believe how many times I tore out that simple beam of acacia and stone going across. I had it at one point. I think it was maybe 4 logs. So there was like one here, one on the bottom, another one over there, and then one on the top. That's right. And I made it go all the way across. And I was like, this is too thick. But then for some reason, I started throwing on some slabs, some stairs, and it got even thicker. So then I tore it all out, did another one, and it looked terrible, tore it out. And I'll honestly say, I nearly depleted an entire elytra by flying away, looking at it from a distance, coming back, redoing it, doing it again. Also, my pickaxe got weak, so I had to go and repair everything. But I am pleased with the way it looks now. It's got this simple beam across here. It's not too thick, and I think it looks fairly nice. So you might be wondering, what are these 3 blocks right here? Well, this is going to become the CC for Concorp, and we're going to go with the sad coral design rather than the undercut design for C. I think the sad coral looks better. I might change the undercut one to be a little bit nicer. So I always goof this up, honestly. I never know how to do this because some of these require like stairs to be put in some like really awkward positions. Like they're really like stretching the bounds of Minecraft here. And then it's like this one needs to like come over here. You know what? I'm gonna have to do this off camera. It's gonna be an embarrassing feat for me to do this. Jumped on over to sad coral because I screenshotted this and couldn't determine if this was a half slab or a stair. So it is an upside down stair, and then that is just the reverse of the upside. Okay. It makes more sense looking at it. So that's a solid block, and then once again, that's a stair over there. All right. I think I finally got it. I don't know why 2 letters almost bested me today. Nailed it. Look at that beautiful C, looking super fancy. Wait a second. No, I think I need to move it over by 1 block. I think I need to move it over by 1 block. I need to move it to here And then, yeah, then this one will be, you know, just 1 block shy of each other. Now, I have a question for you. Which C do you guys like? Do you like this one? That was the sad coral one, or do you like the undercut one? Or maybe you have a better C. Like, I'm bad at making lettering in Minecraft. Maybe you can help me out on Twitter. You can send me a link, and if you have a better design. But I think this will work for now, but I am curious to see which one you like better. The CC is now installed for Concorp, and I raised it up 1 block, and I think that really helped with the scale of the lettering here. And I love the progression of this build. So originally it was going to be kind of Game of Thrones style a little bit. Then it kind of transitioned into Jurassic Park, and now it's Circus Circus. Oh no, it actually does, but that's okay. We love it. We love it all the same. So where we want to take this now, besides adding the flags, I will do those eventually, just keep getting sidetracked onto other adventures. So what I want to do is I need to fill in this area. So there's a lot of dead space here. So I still want to hang the banner. So we'll find the spot right there and hang the banner down. But how do we do this? How do we fill in this area right here in between the banner? So I want it to be fairly open so you can really fly through it and out of it and really have like a nice entrance with the seaport and all that wonderful stuff. So how do we do this? That's what I'm trying to figure out at the moment is, do we take, you know, a design like starting like right here and have like a little bit of an archway similar to the top there, but instead of kind of going upwards, we kind of go inwards like that. Does that make sense? I think that would be really cool. I think this is going to take a lot of dirt and a lot of problem solving, but I know we can come up with something good. But in the meantime, I might start on that banner, but we'll see. Really struggling with how to fill in the dead space in between this kind of entranceway pattern where we want to keep kind of open. So this whole chunk right here has been quite a challenge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my attention to the Vex banner. That is right. So I was looking at this, had Cub get me one, and I realized, oh, this thing's got some super fancy eyebrows. So I went off to the Zuma shop, got some gray wool for that. And I was looking at this and there's some lighter white right here. Do you see that along this section too? And I think if we were to do that, a perfect candidate would be white concrete for that tone, because the bright white wool is just a really kind of like stark white, whereas the concrete is a little bit off white. So, but I don't think we're going to go there. I think we're going to stick to the primaries, blue, gray, and white for the banner. And I think that'll be absolutely perfect. So what we're going to do is we're probably going to hang it off of this piece there and that piece there. So those stairs, and then anything in between will kind of hang downwards. Now for this area, once I'm working on the banner, I'm just going to, oh, hello. Hello, Mr. Vexface. I'm going to continue to think about this, kind of put it on the back burner of my head. So it's kind of processing in the background as we build out this. Now I do want to maybe put a little bit of spruce across here, kind of act as like a hanger of the banner. I think would be really cool, but look at that majestic view of the sunset over the CC. Ah, that's amazing, right? The convex banner is complete. It just feels a little out of scale. Now, it was quite difficult to try to get a proper proportions with it, so it reads well, and you can quickly distinguish that it's the original banner. So to make it pixel by pixel, we just don't have enough room for that. So this is the best that I could do at this point. Now, the issue is it doesn't give us a lot of room at the bottom to, you know, go in and out of the gates and, of course, create what we want to do over on these sides. So that kind of leads me to an interesting question. Should we take that banner as it is now and move it over here and then recreate another one on the other side and then have that flanking the CC on either end, and then maybe put bars behind it and then have the central area open? That's definitely a possibility. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to sleep on it. It's Friday night. It's about 10:30. So I'm going to go to bed and I'm going to think about it overnight. And in the morning, I'll finish this up. This video goes out on Sunday. I'm currently having a double feature this weekend, 2 Hermitcraft videos, never before seen on my channel. So I'm quite happy about that. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sleep on it. So I'll see you in the morning. Actually, you'll see me now. And like that, we're here in the next day and we've got ourselves a super fancy gate design here in the front. So first thing you'll notice, we're missing the banner, right? The banner is gone now, but I think it looks a little bit better having it all built up, and maybe now we can properly size a banner so it's a little bit more proportionally sized for the area. So We could do it on the flanks of the entrance or even hanging down. So we'll still work on that. And of course, we will have larger scale flags on either end of the gate at the top. So that'll look really cool. And yeah, I'm really, really pleased with the way this came out. A lot of trial, a lot of errors, but eventually we made our way. And that's what I always say. You know, you're going to get a bunch of ugly stuff when you start building and doing your work, but you just got to remember that a little bit of work, a little perseverance, eventually you're going to get something sweet. So on the back here, looks really ugly, all very unfinished, and we're going to work on that on Twitch. So make sure you follow me on Twitch and on Twitter to be notified when I go live. Bow down to the honorable Vex. But anyway, out in the front here, it is very green and boring. So I've been kind of going back and forth in my head on how I want to do the landscaping. So there's option one, very similar to the Top Gun Powder Shop, where we take, you know, some coarse dirt in here, some cocoa beans in the powder concrete variety. So we get those in there, and I think that would look really nice. So it's kind of barren up against the fences. Or do we want to go the complete opposite and go very manicured with flowers, like very symmetrical flower beds across here? I think we might go with the first one, but I thought of that at the last minute. I'm like, but I don't think it would fit. I don't think it would fit because this is very industrial, if you will. It kind of gives me the impression of that area in BioShock Infinite, where it was more kind of the industrial area a little bit. It's got that kind of style a little to it, a little bit of a steampunk design. But anyway, guys, I hope you are liking this. So like I said, we're going to move on to the banners, the flags, and hopefully get an idea on how we're going to terraform the area up. Welcome back. And as you can see, we've got some beautiful landscaping off to the right-hand side and the flags up on the two flanking towers around the gate. And I think it's looking pretty darn cool. Now you'll notice there definitely is not a banner, and I don't know. I kind of went back and forth. I kind of started to build one, you know, rebuild what we had created before, and I kind of like the simplicity of the CC with the flags on the top, but I'm totally open to hearing whatever you guys have to say about the banner. So would you like to see that one return, or maybe at a differently modified version hanging from this piece right here, or potentially on either end of it? But yeah, I think this thing has come out really, really cool. So let's take a quick peek at the landscaping over here. And like I mentioned before, I kind of wanted to peek out of this barren wasteland a little bit. As you can see, there are chopped down trees right in the front of the fence. And then as you kind of push back, there are trees. And the reason being is this is kind of on and off being secret, right? I'm not 100% sure. Like, is this a secret facility or is it not? You know, the flags are kind of welcoming in a way, but that's the Vexes, you know, maybe they're luring you in. I don't know. You never know. But yeah, I really like this. I think it adds a lot to it. And this is a good testament to landscaping. So if we can get back in the air real quick, I want to show you something. The question is, can I get back in the air? Here we go. There we are. All right, so look at this section over here. Nicely landscaped, a lot of little details there, really kind of enhances the build. And then you look over here and it's just a plain old grass terrain. So it really shows how much landscaping can improve and bring builds to life. You can create an amazing structure, but if it doesn't have a proper landscaping, it's just nothing. Haha. But anyway, I gotta go check the undercut because I want to collect all those diamonds. 2.5 stacks of diamonds here at Undercut. And Ren thought, oh, he thought that this was it. We could possibly never harvest any more logs than we did. But no, he doesn't know about Operation Double Chest. And there we are. We've put the diamonds away in the ender chest, cut it in half, and sent the rest to Cub, and filled up all of the chests with our delightful wood. And Operation Double Chest is well underway. I cannot wait to see Ren's face when he sees those things filled all the way up. But let's head back to Concorp and finish up the fences. And there we are. We've got the walls, we've got the gates, and everything set up and ready to roll here at Concorp. And I'm super, super happy with the way this has come out. So like I mentioned in the prior clip, make sure you let me know on what we should do about the banner, if we should rebuild it, if we should put it on the sides. And I even thought maybe on these pieces, like right there and right there, but we'll see how it goes. So we've got the CC, the little flags, and of course the landscaping set up and we're ready to roll. And of course we will take this design and we will send it all the way down there on streams. So like I mentioned before, make sure you follow me on Twitch if you enjoy watching that. And on the back side, we'll make sure it looks just as good as the front on the back here. And I think that'll look really, really, really cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and until next time, this has been Good Times with Scar, and I always really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my videos, and if you believe the videos are already, that would be much appreciated. And until next time, this has been Good Times with Scar, and we'll see you later. And don't subscribe, because you may just become scarred for life.